mother. But I heard you also mention that death is a difficult process, that the person that's passing is struggling. And, I wanted you, maybe if you can address that point.
Can I mention?
The experience, the experience of death would depend on how we've lived our life. So if my life is a lot of attachments, then just leaving this attachment, it's like if you're wearing a very tight dress, costume which is like clinging onto your body, then taking off is going to take a little time. But if you're wearing something which is very loose, you can just pull it off like that, right? So it all depends on how attached I am to everything and how much burden that I am carrying. If you are living a life where you are with everybody, but emotionally detached. Detached doesn't mean indifferent. Detached just means that your mind is not dependent on people and situations. Then you're living a life where you will be able to leave the body with a lot of ease. But if I'm very entangled and attached, then of course I don't want to leave the people who I'm leaving. So I am creating pain while leaving. And it's not just my pain, it's also the pain that I'm receiving from the people who I'm leaving. So that's why the soul, when they leave in that state, they are in a little pain. That's why we were all taught to pray for them. Why are we say pray for them? Why do we say rest in peace? Because we know that they may not have left very peacefully. We want them to be in peace. That's why we pray for them. But art of dying is actually art of living, and art of living is actually art of dying. So if I live my life in a way where all my karmic accounts I settle every moment, not carrying clutter and baggage, then we're ready to leave any minute. It's like people who travel often, they have their bags packed. You give them a call and they will leave. And people who are not ready, they'll say, no, wait, I need time to pack. So often we don't get time to pack before leaving the body. So it's good to keep all things sorted. And so then when you leave with gratitude and blessings, not with any pain or bitterness carrying with you. So the ease of leaving. And also for us, we also need to learn or be able to do it, the ease of letting other people leave. If someone is in a state where the body is not going to heal, the doctor has also said that they cannot do anything. But sometimes we see people that the soul doesn't leave. They don't leave. They're not able to leave. So if you talk to the soul, even in cases where it's a coma, where you feel that the person cannot listen to you, but actually the soul can listen to everything that you're thinking and saying. And you gently hold their hand, talk to them, radiate a lot of love, and say, don't worry about the people behind. We'll take care of your children. We'll take care of your people. A very beautiful costume is waiting for you. Just send them like you have to send somebody out of the house. You say, go, 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 you have to go to work. And the person says, no, I want to stay with you. I say, no, 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 you have to go to college, you have to go to work. Similarly, you have to gently send them away that, no, you have to go to your new destiny. So it also becomes easy to allow people to leave their costume.
I've experienced this myself and two different people in my lifetime, both of which were in a coma for weeks and died within minutes of my having those conversations twice.
Absolutely. It just takes a few minutes for them to leave after that.
Truly miraculous. I want to mention one thing, if I may, because there are many different faiths in this room. And I heard you say that it creates a conflict in values. I would question and consider, is it a conflict in values of Christianity or a conflict in beliefs and rules? Because the values of Christianity, the values of most religions, have a base in something called love or service or connectedness. It's the rules that men have made. It's the belief structures that we've been taught that come in conflict. It's important to make the distinction between values and beliefs. I could be wrong. I don't think you have a conflict in values. I think you might just have a conflict in what the mind believes. Something just to consider.
Thank you.
Thank you. One or two more.
Thank you, Sage. Tony.
Yes.
Sister, thank you very much. Just a question about, you mentioned the young sister who had had 30 years of hate in her heart, in her mind. And, I have 3 daughters. I love them, and my wife. And it just, I wanted to know your thoughts on how they're going to go through troubles in their lives, as we all do, as we all are. How valuable and how would you recommend using some form of pre-framing so that when they do have these issues, that they're already prepared and have that emotional strength and vitality to get through it, and they don't have to, wait 30 years? Or how would you introduce it to maybe not a 6-year-old, but maybe, I don't know, when would you introduce these ideas? Thank you.
First and foremost, we need to remember, as a parent, our thoughts and vibrations, which means our ideas, are already radiating to them. The time that the soul starts absorbing your ideas and your beliefs of life are when they enter the womb of the mother. And that's why today, when there is healing, a lot of people are regressed to the womb. And they say, what was the parent going through when the soul was in the womb of the mother? So if a parent means both, it's not necessarily just the mother, but it's both. If the parents were going through any turmoil, any conflict, any fear, any trauma, then sometimes the soul absorbs that in the womb and then they carry it in their life. But similarly, if the parent is going through self-reflection, meditation, love, compassion, the soul absorbs it right from the womb. So there is no age of when we are going to teach children. It's about what we are learning, what we are holding, what is our belief. Belief meaning understanding, not just a belief, understanding how I live in my consciousness, and what's the aura that I carry. It's radiating to every soul around you. And children catch it faster, which means as I grow older and more information keeps getting coded on my mind, in which we say the ego gets developing, my ability to absorb and catch reduces. But a child absorbs very fast, very fast. So it's actually the easiest time. When they're 5, 6 years old, it's the easiest time for them to learn. But learn not by talking about it repeatedly, but learn by living it. Yeah. And of course, your vocabulary, your way of talking to them starts becoming their way of thinking. Starts becoming their way of thinking. We need to learn and therefore be able to share that we are not just the body and everything that we do. We are the energy in this body. That is I, and the rest, everything is mine. This I and mine is very important, because everything is mine, I believe it's I. So if somebody did something to my body, I don't say they did something to my body, I say they did something to me.